What's up? Tattoo Shop Talk, weekly web show about random chit chats that happen in tattoo shops, and we are bringing them to you.
To you.
This time we have Papa Carlo back, and we will talk what is the great difference between working in countries like Denmark, for example, and the good old Letland, which have a bit more post-Soviet vibe and different history of tattooing and different culture of tattooing, but it's still modern.
Yeah,
Let's start.
different vibe there.
Different vibe. So what's the main difference you noticed?
I think people know less styles there than here. Because they come and ask for less things. I don't know. Again.
So what's the most popular thing they ask? What's the most popular here was here?
I think it's. I think here the history is longer than in Latvia, in modern tattooing. But like, Latvian tattooing is something new.
Yeah, like modern tattooing is around for like what, 20 years or something like that, and it's cool for around 10 years, I would guess.
Yeah, almost. I don't know how long, but not so long. And only now I can feel. Last 7 years, I could see how slowly, Latvian people become more connected with the rest of the world in a style of tattooing. But Danish people are actually they are more loose. It's easier for them to. It's easier to convince them. Maybe it's because of my English language, but
But what was the more things they ask here, and what more things they asked there?
I think definitely in that shop again, like I'm new there, so I can see other people get a lot of old school lately, also with color, from other guys. So it's actually getting bigger in that way. Color old school, black and gray is really big. I think in Latvia.
Black and gray as
Old school as everything, in general.
so
But
not that much difference. It's the same thing.
yeah. I imagine if you work in, for example, another shop where they have different kind of client base. Imagine like they probably don't do color shit that much. And old school, I don't even know about that, but yeah, I guess you get what you know how to do. But that shop has some lot of people who think that they are the ones who has to figure out what design will look like. Like
Customer or the
yeah, the customer basically thinks that he has to prepare design for a tattoo. Like that's the only way. And when you tell the guy that you can do it, and it's my job to do it, then they kind of surprised. Many of them. I've not seen here people do that.
yeah, here people come in like, I want this. This is reference. Do your thing.
Yeah.
But they let you do your thing, or they come in and they're
For
like,
me, yeah, I'm that kind of guy that just pushes too hard. I don't know, but I not always, but many of the times customer asks for something. Sometimes they're sketchy about my idea, and then they get more loose, and somehow I make it
So
happen.
you have to educate them a bit more. Yeah.
A bit like you have to be, I think that my opinion is like you have to show some interest in doing it. If you show the person like you really believe in it, what you're doing, I think that's when,
Shit gets real.
yeah, because it's for me at least. I don't know. Many times people come and I'm like, no, this is, trust me. I have a vision. It's like that's why Mike Tyson got his fucking tribal on his face. He before he wanted something else. I can't remember what was it. Something really stupid. I saw some video and they talked about that he almost got some really terrible tattoo, and that the tattooer was no man, you have to get something better. Let me think about it. He gave him a week.
And got the fucking
Well, it's
thing.
not bad.
Do people ask tribal in Latvia still, or that's not a thing anymore?
Not really.
Tribal's dead. Bring back tribal.
Yeah, I guess tribal is dead in in that shop. Yeah.
I wanted to talk about more about differences in styles, but turns out it's not that different. So it's just people are a bit more careful with stuff. Yeah.
Well, like probably because of that history, Danish people are more open-minded. Latvian
And
people,
also like
I like a lot of people. I think in Latvia there is more people who really are worried about what everyone else gonna
what
think.
it means also, because
Yeah.
it was that prison stuff
Yeah,
where
they
every tattoo
create-
had a meaning.
They're really into meaning.
Here is all that sailor culture, so there's just badass tattoos with. Back in the days, it was meanings for sailors, like you cross equator and stuff like that. But it's a cool history. In Latvia, we don't have that history. It's just it's all that imported stuff.
But I remember, like, I don't know, in my family, when I was growing up, when I said, like, I like some tattoos, I heard from my parents that you have to have meaning
Of course.
of tattooing, like, of tattoos. Like, you have to have some story behind it. You can't get, like, I've heard many times these stories, and you grow with them, and then you
No, I
forget.
always got tattoos with meanings, like
Whoa!
I have this woman here. She's a great book writer.
Whoa! It's new shit.
This one is she's written like couple good books. Asa Akira, check her out. This one is a great DJ. She's also
Annette?
now this one is a DJ. Her name is Sasha Gray, so Google her. Also a great individual.
Sexuality is reality.
She's a DJ. Pamela Anderson. She's a
Boob queen.
she's saving people on a beach. So it's they're good people.
Saving fucking. Yeah. No, well, she's saving everyone's eyes.
She's probably my first sexual experience. I was watching Baywatch, looking how she runs, and I was like, I like how it feels when I look at her.
In my pants. Man, like, Mom, why I feel so weird when I look at Pam's chest?
Does this mean I'm also a lifeguard?
What is that sword in my pants? Mom, I think I I got...
I was visited by a ghost. There's ectoplasm in my pants.
Yeah.
Okay, back to serious talk. Enough with them customers. Customers are customers, all you care is money. And this is funny.
No, well, yeah, man, there is always good and bad customers. Or there is always good and bad people. There is always good and bad tattooers. You can't escape from that. It's like, you need this fucking competition. It's like, imagine everything would be great.
I wanted to ask, so this shop where we work now, it's more like commercial orientated. It's more like a business. It's owned by a businessman. And in the shop in Latvia where you work now, it's obviously it's also a business, but it's owned by tattoo artists.
It's
Co-owned by tattoo artists. So what's the difference maybe in that thing? Is there any difference the way the shop is run, the way customers are treated?
It's more like a team, It's like a group of people who put together ideas and then create something. It's not like there is people throwing ideas and whatnot, and maybe not every day, but that's try to involve all the time as a shop, not only as a tattooer.
As a shop, as the way it's run, yeah?
Yeah. Like, of course, you don't go home and think about how to make shop better. You think about work. So I think that's a great thing. And actually, when I was in Estonia, the shop was running exactly the same. It's like a group of people. There is like 4 owners. A group of people, like, I don't know, with their girlfriends and everything. They make fucking concerts there. They try to do all kinds of shit to make that place grow.
What do you think, in your opinion, why is it like that?
Yeah, there is the shop owners are working there. Maybe that's why they want to put so much effort in it. And actually they know the ways better. I really believe that if you're not in the shop 20 like all working days, it's hard for you to imagine how things run. If you're just a boss who stays away from the shop every day, comes a few times a week, I don't know. You have to see how shit goes, you know.
All the little things.
Yeah, and then you can start to improve. Plus, like, you have to also figure out how tattooers work as a boss, because it's like everyone is about art, like decent tattooers, you know. Like everyone's like also their minds work different, I think. And I think everyone has great ideas. You can't just have one head thinking about what's what.
Interesting. Very interesting.
I mean, I've heard these things from other tattooers. It's like not, and I've experienced and seen. That's how shit goes. So actually, one good talk today is about the shop thing, you know.
No, but that's what many tattooists say, because this is the Tattoo Shop Talk, and we talked with a bunch of tattooists.
Yeah.
They say that it's very different when it's when the owner is in, and like if his tattooist even better around places, so gets involved and see all the little shit.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. I think in Lithuania also it was that Super 7. Also was really kind of teamwork. But they more, I mean, they do all kinds of. It's not bad to be like, how did you say it about this shop? Like,
Commercially orientated.
yeah, it's not, if you do it right, you know.
Yeah, I think there's some examples of slavery down the road where people are like, ooh, that place. But that's when it's more like fashion, not a passion.
Yeah.
If you know what I mean.
But it's crazy, man. How it is, they are there. For me, I'm super happy if I can work in a shop where people are like a teamwork, and that's how you get better tattooers, I think. That's how you make a group of tattooers. If you're really like a shop like that, other tattooers want to come and work there, and then you never will have problem with not having a good tattooer in your shop. So. I don't know if it makes.
This is how you talk. Tattoo shop. This is how you talk. Tattoo shop talk. Tattoo shop talk. God damn it.